Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Friday edition of What the Truck. I am your host, Malcolm Harris. Again, today is Friday, January 9th. Thank you so much for being here. It is good to see each and every single one of you. It's a soggy one today in Chattanooga, Tennessee, but we're going to bring the sunshine and the heat today on an awesome way to end the week, because on deck, we're going to have some great conversations and give you guys the blueprint behind brokerage. First off is going to be the Forever Freight Broker himself, the CEO and founder of Forever Freight Broker. Trent Hello is going to be rejoining the show. Trent is my guy, man. We talk quite often, and this man is going to give you guys some insight on what to expect in terms of 2026 when it comes to how to have a successful freight brokerage, how to treat employees, how to train, and just some overall tips that I think you guys are going to find very insightful in the brokerage space. So now I'm going to take off the glasses. It was getting a little foggy up here, and we're going to go to the Forever Freight Broker himself, growing out a beard right now. I see you, my man in the building. Trent Hello. Trent, what's up, brother? How are you?
Man, I'm
What's
good. I'm
up?
good. To be honest with you, man, it's been a rough few weeks. I've got competitors out there, man. I've got people trying to take me out. Remember, I was telling you that I teach truck drivers how to make more money in this industry. So I have a lot
Yeah.
of people that are coming after me, like brokers or brokerages, and they just want to take me out. But listen, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to help these truck drivers make as much money as possible. I want to be the reason why this industry is healthy again, like I told you
Well,
before.
100%. I think you're doing a wonderful job, and we can't have anybody take you out now. I'll roll up the sleeves and come out there myself. So, I love
I
it,
love it. I
man.
love it.
Talk to me a little bit about, since the last time you've been on the show. I know you came in earlier, well, I think it was early in Q4. But walk me through what's been going on. What new things are you working on, and how has the start of 2026 been so far for you, Trent?
Man, it's been crazy, but meaning good. It's been very busy, very very busy, man. We're really really, just like you said, focusing on building relationships. That is the most important thing in this industry. It's like if you're not building relationships, you're going to be screwed in the future. Simple as that. And I'm not talking about only the shippers, because brokers only focus on building relationships with the shippers. They try to just push the carriers out, like use AI or whatever, which is not a good move. You have to build relationships on both sides to have longevity in this business.
Yeah, no, I wholeheartedly agree. And for those, Trent, that are not familiar with Forever Freight Broker, can you give just a high level synopsis of Forever Freight Broker and your role, and kind of why you brought this to pass, given your background and what you've done in the industry?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have two companies. I have a brokerage that's Vanguard Logistics, and then I have Forever Freight Broker, which is, like you said before, pretty much like a movement. I teach truck drivers, dispatchers, anybody that wants to get into the industry, but the right way and do it the right way, right? Like actually build longevity, not get into the industry just for money. Like if you're looking to just get rich overnight, don't get into this industry. Go somewhere else, please.
Yeah.
Like we need people that actually care about this industry. There's a lot of money to be made, right? But you got to do it the right way. You got to take care of the carriers. You got to negotiate with the shippers correctly and build really good relationships between the two of them. And what I've been doing is just sitting down one on one. I mean, I teach my people one on one. These people learn directly from me. And I teach them everything that I know on the business side, as well as how I speak to a shipper and how I treat my carriers. You need to make sure you treat the carriers very well, just like you do the shippers. And all that bull crap about AI is going to be taking over, you know, uh, like AI taking over brokers' positions or whatever. That's not going to take. Uh, yeah, maybe dispatchers. I think dispatching can get taken away, but when you're building relationships with the shippers, that's never going to go away. I mean, it's like saying, I would rather have an AI girlfriend. You know?
I love that analogy. And when it comes to
Yeah.
AI, we're gonna get into that. But real quick, since we're talking about it, I know there's a lot of brokers right now that are fearful. Like, all right, like, hey, like in a couple of years, like AI will eventually take my job. Like, what is the use for me here? I mean, technology can do what I do, but why are you so kind of bullish on the fact that, all right, like, hey, there needs to be a true people component. Like the broker needs to be a real person that can, actually play out situations in real time.
Yeah, listen, AI is great, man. Like for dispatching, check calls, like all the back end work, AI is so good. Like I use AI, but I would never ever let a robot talk to my customer. Simple as that. And I would never ever let a robot talk to my carriers. I have to have those relationships.
Yeah,
Simple as
yeah.
that. And literally, like I don't even have to have that much of an explanation. It's just like that's how you build a good business. Like you have to have that human interaction with the shipper as well as the carrier.
You know, freight has been unforgiving the last couple of years. What's the biggest reality check, specifically that new brokers just weren't necessarily prepared for?
To be honest with you,
Yeah.
like I said, man, like new brokers, they're just chasing one thing, and I think it's money. Well, no, I know it's money. There's a lot of new brokers that get into this industry because they're like, oh, logistics, which it is the most important industry in the world. I mean, without logistics, we would have nothing. Like literally nothing. Like we wouldn't have the food on our plates or nothing. But so they get into an industry, which is a very smart idea because it's recession proof. It'll always be around. Um, but they get into the business for the wrong reasons and they end up crashing and failing because they learn from these larger corporations that's like cut the drivers down, make a bunch of money, negotiating with the shipper, and just don't build longevity. But it sucks because they learn from the wrong people. They're
Yeah.
learning from people that don't care about the industry.
Yeah.
They're learning from people that are, larger corporations that are just trying to beat the industry down and make as much money as possible. And it just sucks, man. I wish that people would open up their eyes and try to learn from someone that actually genuinely cares about the industry like us.
No, 100%. I mean, I think you have to have that authenticity to be like, yo, like I really care and I want to make a difference and not just chase a dollar, but then also it's hard to do that whenever you see the market in the shape it's in right now and you're trying to make the most of your opportunity that you've been given. So like
Hey,
I see both sides.
let let me say something about the market really quick.
Talk to me, talk to me.
I I think the whole market is bad is BS. To be honest with you, I
Yeah,
think people are just really bad at offering what they offer. Um, and the reason why I say that is I can get on the phone and land a customer. Very like, yeah, it's easier said than done, but I can land a customer. Like it's like walking into a bar and a girl saying that she doesn't like you or she has a boyfriend, right? I don't want to talk to you, but in reality she doesn't. She's just saying no because like you approached her wrong.
yeah.
Same with the shippers. You have to make sure you approach them with how are you going to change their operations? How are you going to make them more money? How are you going to scale their business? Not come to them about let me move your freight. Oh, do you have freight? Let me move your freight. I spoke to you about this before. People just have a terrible way of offering what they offer. You need to learn how do I solve these guys' problems. Like
Yeah.
I am a problem solver, but not only a problem solver, I'm also going to help you scale your business. I believe in your product. I want to get your product all over the country. So it's a different way of approaching it, and I think people need to think more of how can I help your business as a whole? How can I scale your business just like we want to scale our business? Let's work together. This is a partnership rather than, hey, do you have freight?
There's two.
And I'm
No,
sorry.
go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry to jump in front of you, but
No, cook.
I wanted to bounce back. I wanted to bounce back and say, listen, the market is not bad. I'm telling you, the market is not bad. Yes, it's not like how it used to be. But right now it's harder because people are just like not educated. Like they don't know what they're doing. They're just going out there not knowing what to say or really how to get in with these shippers. Like you have to know what they want and what their biggest flaws are. But not only that, you got to be educated and you got to be able to explain to them how the market is. Like let's just use load to truck ratio or whatever, right? So if there's little trucks out there and a lot of loads, that means the trucks are going to take advantage of the market, right? If they were educated, but they don't. Um, they're going to take advantage of the market. They're going to say, "Hey, man, there's so many loads to choose from. Give me a better rate, broker." But they don't know that because they need to, become educated. But if it flipped, it was lots of trucks in the area and little loads. The brokers are going to take advantage of the market, right? They're going to be like, "Dude, we got so many trucks to choose from. This guy's doing it for this much money." So they break down the rates. If you can explain that to a shipper, why the prices are higher and why they're lower, like through load to truck ratio, they're going to be like, oh my gosh. Now, instead of a broker just giving me a rate, I actually know why. That makes
No,
sense?
for sure. No, it definitely does make sense. And my question is for you to piggyback off that because first off, yes, do I think the market is quote unquote bad? Like if that's a fugazi or not necessarily the truth. Yeah, I mean, I think that the market is not where we want it to be, but also it's like
Yeah.
it can be in the favor of anybody if you have certain relationships and have built certain processes to benefit from it. And I think people and
Mhm.
organizations have grown in the last year or two, simply for the fact that operationally they're very sound and savvy, and they've invested properly in different platforms and also in personnel and making the critical decisions at a leadership level. Like I think that's super
Mhm.
super important. Now, question for
Yeah.
you that I had was, when it comes to building a brokerage and having long term success, often it seems that like a lot of brokerages are built to scale fast, but not necessarily to last. What does success at an actual long-term brokerage look like?
What do you mean by that? Like, what does long-term success look like as a brokerage? Like, what type of advice would I give somebody that wants to build a brokerage that's
Y
going to be,
Yeah, like that, they want longevity in this game. They don't just wanna, set up a DAP board and, don't wanna have a couple of,
yeah,
chairs and a coffee maker and, be looking around
yeah.
in 24 months and be like, "All right, like, what are we doing?" You know?
Yeah, so I hate to sound like a broken record, but at the end of the day, man, it's all about relationships, man. It's like I need to build a good relationship with my shippers. I need them to love me. I need them to trust in me, and I need to build a good relationship with the carriers. If you're not negotiating properly with the shippers to give your carriers a good rate, because look, this is where it's the bad things happen is if I'm not paying my carriers well, they're going to do crappy work. So what does that mean? They're going to do crappy work for my shippers. My shippers aren't going to like me. So then they're going to leave me and find someone that does better because that other person that's doing better is probably paying their carriers better. That is the solution. You have to pay your carriers better. You got to get more money from the shipper, pay your carriers better. Your carriers are going to do good work for you and they're going to want to keep taking that freight from you because you're paying good. And it just turns into residual income. And now you can focus on the next shipper.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
That definitely does make sense. Now, Trent, you know this better than anybody. When it comes down to an organization, specifically in brokerage, sales is the driver of everything. It's just what naturally comes with the game. Talk to me about how early leaders should be thinking about things outside of that, though, that are really important, like structure, culture, and processes and operations as well. What does that balance look like?
Well, so I think pretty much like being a broker or having a brokerage, I think building culture is very, very important. You got to have the right people around you. You have to have the right advice. And I always say it, please get properly educated. I mean, just please, like, just know the market, know what your carriers have to do. Like most of what I do with my new students, I want them to understand what trucks go through,
Yeah.
right? Like how heavy it is to toss tarps on a load, or how they're not getting paid for detention, but they have families to feed, or how long out like the long hours that they have to work. Like these people need to be respected so much more. Um, and if you don't teach that to your agents, they're just going to think that they're just another number on a load board, you know?
100%.
You have to educate them on what the drivers are going through. And my dad was a truck driver, so I got to see all the stuff that he went through. And I just have that all in my head, and not everybody's going to have that, but I just try my hardest to do that. And as far as being a leader, you have to be very educated in this industry as well. And I would just hope anybody that's getting into this industry gets into the industry for the right reasons, and it's to help the drivers make a lot of money, and also help the shippers run their operations.
Let's talk a little bit about retention and turnover because, as you know, in this space, turnover is very, very real. What keeps good folks in the space performing at a high level? I mean, you see it all the time with the folks that you bring in and that you educate. What has kept those people here to stay?
It's, you know, I don't like to use the word like have a passion for it because it's much more than just a passion. Anybody that, like an artist, right? After a while, it turns into work. Like you're just always doing something. And then now you got to go find new paint. You got to find new paintbrushes. This one wasn't working. This operation doesn't work. Um, it's much more than just having a passion. It's how can you manage stress while, you know, while not liking everything in the operation, like, when bad things happen, how are you solving those problems? It's much more than that, like invoicing, accounting, like there's so much more to it. So everybody thinks that like they're going to get into this industry or get into any industry and have such a passion, but anything that you ever do, it's just going to be way harder than you really think. And I think that if you just understand that you want to help people and just focus solely on help the shippers, help the carriers, help as many people as possible, wake up and be the best version of yourself, you're going to make a lot of money without even thinking about the money. Like
Yeah,
it's just going to follow along with you.
yeah.
And if you just focus on help, I'm telling you, like it's like a miracle, like just focus on help.
Definitely. Talk to me a little bit about something that I know that you're very, very passionate about. This is training. All right. Training and development specifically. What's the real return on that investment when it comes to training? Because it seems that everybody that you talk to, your students and the folks that work for you and with you, you care about them being properly prepared. And you just kind of mentioned that with the TARP example. But why do you go to those degrees to make sure that people truly understand the holistic picture of trucking supply chain and logistics?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's just like, why would you invest in stocks if you haven't educated yourself on stocks, right?
Mhm.
It's like, why would you ever go into an industry solely on the fact that you just want to make money? That is the easiest way to fail. Like, you have to make sure that like you are educated. So when an agent goes to a brokerage, a lot of brokerages don't have like really good training to be completely honest with you. Like I feel like having good training should be like a requirement. Like these people have to learn what these trucks do. They have to go to the yards and see what these guys, do. Shake a trucker's hand. Like I feel like that is necessary. There's a lot of times that I will take my agents to a truck stop. As you could see, I shoot videos on truck stops, but I like to take them out there and see what they're actually going through and how their lives are going at the moment. And most of them are missing their families or just being on the road because they have to pay themselves. And anyways, I think education is just so important, but having the right education, right? Like people
Yeah,
are just like, here's everything about sales, right? Rather than like, you need to know sales, of course,
for sure.
right? But you need to know the industry. You need to know why we are so necessary.
No, I completely agree. I want to talk about the word of the year that was used from my man Chase Osborne with First Star Logistics. And the word, it was on our previous episode, was trust. Let's talk about the trust between brokers and carriers because it's taken a hit over the years. How, as a broker, are you able to earn it back? Because I know that, again, we've talked about relationships, but it's been some hard sledging over the last, I'd say, 12 to 24 months.
Yeah. So, like, what do you mean? Like the driver earning the trust back to a broker, or
I'd say
sorry?
mutually beneficial. I mean, I think it's like the driver earning the trust of the broker to actually deliver and do what they're supposed to do, but then also the broker, having trust, from the carrier that hey, like yo, this broker's treating me fairly. He's putting me in position to be
Mhm.
successful. He or she's putting me in position to be successful, so on and so forth.
Yeah. So the reason why I ask that is because most brokers are just like cruel. I mean, if they have a driver that says, "Hey, you should treat me better," he's just going to go and find the next one. They just
Yeah,
go on the load board and find the next one, just because there's so many carriers.
yeah,
Um, and that's what like most brokers do, which is it sucks that it's that way.
for
Like
sure.
build a real relationship. That's going to create longevity.
Yeah,
Like stop doing that. That's you're hampering your operations. Um, but yeah, um, I think that truck drivers really need to stop playing the card of you guys screw us, you guys take all the money because brokers don't want to work with people like that. Like if that's the first thing that you say, brokers aren't going to want to work with you. They're just going to find the next guy.
Yeah.
So carriers need to understand that that's how brokers think, right? We have so many other carriers to choose from. So try your hardest to be in good like relation with this broker. Like if you find a good broker, just do everything in your power to get them to like you. It's just like, the girl that you really like. You bring her flowers, you know? I'm not
Yeah.
saying bring us flowers or anything like that. I mean, I think I think brokers need to respect drivers a lot more. But if you're running into that issue, I think that just try your hardest to build a real relationship with the broker, not wait for them to build it for you because they have too much to choose from.
Trent, I want to put you in the 2-minute warning. I saw, is that a Pat White jersey behind you, or is my eyes
Yeah,
deceiving me?
it is. It is.
All right,
Yeah.
so you're a football guy, so you're going to understand the concept of a 2-minute drill. Talk to me a little bit
Yeah.
about tech, specifically if I'm a smaller organization, right? How do I prioritize tech, but also not necessarily get overwhelmed about like, all right, I have to make these big splash moves right here, right now.
Um so as far as tech and tools like as a beginner brokerage or like
Yeah,
in the
for sure.
future.
Like a beginning brokerage that, hey, like I'm just getting stuff going. Like, I
Yeah.
got the nice layout, but it's not first of mine, but it kind of needs to be.
For me, tech was like, of course, there's a lot of good tech out there. I mean, as I'm growing, remember, I'm not like those larger corporations. I mean, our brokerage is scaling, but I'm starting to see new tools that I actually need. Don't go out there and pay for, tech that you don't need. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they're all shiny. I think it's Hermosi that says it. He says, don't have the like buy the shiny object syndrome or whatever they say. But
Yeah.
like all of these systems sounds great, but like think about it. Do you even have shippers? Like if you don't have shippers, you don't need that tech, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Um, if you're not dispatching a ton of trucks, don't get the onboarding tool. Just do it manually for now, right? Don't get these top tools that you think that like these larger brokerage will need. Like start somewhere, man. Just
Wow.
start somewhere. Start from a puddle and turn into a pond and then hopefully get in the ocean.
Now, Trent, where can people find more information about you, Forever Freight Broker, and the work that you're doing here in 2026, and just everything that you have currently going on? That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So the way that our program works is that I work directly with my students. Like it's one-on-one training. Like I make sure that I give people my full attention because that's what I wish I would have had back in the day. I've created this because I wish I had this. I needed live training. I needed job placement. So like we offer job opportunities. They always have access to me, so they can reach out to me at any time. Everything's going to be, most of it's going to be live, but you can have those one-on-one sessions with me. I have master classes on Friday. I don't want to turn this into a promotion or anything, um, I'm giving people the training and the knowledge that they need. If they want to come and have a conversation with me or one of my agents, they can go to foreverfreightbroker.com, book a call with one of my agents. We don't take everybody. We want to make sure that you have the best intentions in this industry, and then we approve you. We're not some guy that's just going to take on anybody. We want to make sure that you have the best intentions. You will probably be speaking to Dale, which is my brother. He's This is more like a family owned company. So that's why we're able to give you that, personal connection. And yeah, Forever Freight Broker, you type it in and we pop up. TikTok, YouTube, whatever, we'll pop up.
That's awesome. Trent, hello again with Forever Freight Broker. Trent, thank you so much, man. Can't wait to have you back on the show. And bro, keep doing your thing. You were awesome 101. So I really appreciate you
Thank
again,
you,
brother.
man. Thank you. Thank you. Hope to see you, in person one day,
A
man.
hundred percent. Nah, we need to make that happen ASAP. So I got to get you a Tennessee jersey to put up on that wall too. So be ready.
Please do. Sign it
Yeah,
too. All
man.
right.
It might be worth something one day. We never know, man. I appreciate it, dog.
All right, man.
All right, man. See ya. Man, Trent hello again with Forever Freight Broker. Man, that's an awesome conversation with a guy that just knows about the game, and I really value his opinion. And